Here are some top tips for setting up SERPsketch to get the best out of the tool. First, do an all keywords run to identify your competitors. You may have a good idea of who your competitors are, but there will be some unexpected domains showing on page 1 too. Running a campaign sketch with your keywords and your own domain first of all, you can then identify all of the other domains that are showing on page 1 and mark them up into their domain types. You could also export the data, mark up the different domain types against each domain in a CSV file, and re-upload to a new sketch when you need to add domains. Another top tip: decide how you want to mark up partners in SERPsketch. You might be a brand with a reseller channel, or you might be a reseller who partners with lots of brands. Or you might want to monitor your affiliates and understand how they are performing in SERPs. Or you might track publishers as partners, those you've worked with on content, for example. Another thing we'd recommend is grouping like keywords together into separate campaign sketches. Perhaps you've got keywords with brand intent and some with purchase intent. Perhaps there are keywords that are research focused rather than purchase focused. Separate them into different campaign sketches, because the chances are your page 1 competitors will be very different depending on the intent. To illustrate this, I've created 3 quick sketches, each with differing intent. In each of the examples, I've made the owned domain hollandandbarrett.com. First one, informational intent, with the search term aloe vera. For this keyword, it's highly unlikely Holland & Barrett would be competing for space on page 1 for that term. It's far too general a term, and indeed we can see in the results there's no shopping or advertising showing. So the user is likely after information about what aloe vera is, what it's good for. They're not showing any intent to want to purchase an aloe vera plant or its related products. If we toggle and look at the questions, we can see they are also informational led. Now on to our second quick sketch using aloe vera gel this time. This shows some transactional intent. The user is likely searching to buy some aloe vera gel. They know exactly what they want and have searched specifically for it. This time our brand Holland & Barrett does appear in the search results, both in the shopping feature and organic. This page now also shows PPC ads too. If we toggle to the questions, they are informational questions, but these are questions that Holland & Barrett could try to win space for. An article that responds to one or more of those questions might increase their share of page 1 space. Now our final quick sketch uses the term Best Aloe Vera Skin Products, which shows commercial investigation. The user wants to explore what options are open to them and find out the best product to buy, but they may not be ready to buy immediately like someone with transactional intent. In these results, we still see shopping at the top, but our questions are quite different this time, and also our organic results are going to beauty sites rather than shopping sites. My final top tip is about setting a sensible frequency for your sketches. The SERP can be a volatile place, but we typically recommend that you'll want to be running your sketches at least once a month, and weekly if it's an area where competitors are changing their behaviour a lot. As we know, Google often tests showing different results or orders, which can mean lots of fluctuations in the SERP at a keyword level. So if you see anything unexpected, there's the Run Now button, which allows you to run a manual sketch at any time, which will refresh your data and see if you just picked up an anomaly. So in summary, our top tips for getting started with SERPsketch: run a manual campaign sketch with your keywords to determine exactly who your competitors are. Decide how you want to categorize partners or affiliates or resellers. Group your keywords into different campaigns: informational search, transactional, brand and commercial investigation. You'll find different domains dominate page 1 fit different search intents. And finally, monitor the volatility of your SERPs in the first month to determine whether you need to sketch more or less often to stay on top of the changing features.